The Rivers State Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General Dagogo Iboroma says media reports that the State High Court in Port Harcourt ruled that Martin Amehule and 26 other lawmakers are still members of the PDP are misleading. In a media briefing today, Mr. Iboroma said the suit did not seek to declare the seat of Martin Amehule and the 26 others vacant. He also explained that the suit was struck out for want of jurisdiction and also for being an abuse of court process.
The judgment did not seek to declare the seats of Martin Amehule and 26 others in the Rivers State House Assembly vacant. The suit of the claimants was struck out for want of jurisdiction and local standing, and also for being an abuse of court process, which thus robbed the Honorable Court of the jurisdiction to hear and adjudicate on the matter. There is the misleading news circulating in social media, print and electronic media, that Martin Amehule and 26 others are members of the People's Democratic Party and the Rivers State House of Assembly. As you all know,
well, the Attorney General of the state also said only the Federal High Court can determine whether Martin Amehule and the 26 others are still members of the PDP and also members of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Section 2723 of the Constitution of Federal Republic as amended, it is only the Federal High Court that can determine whether Martin Amehule and 26 others, still members of the People's Democratic Party and also members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. This much was held by the trial court. However, you will recall that there is a subsisting order of interlocutory injunction in suit number PHC. We urge the public to disregard the news presently making the rounds in social, print and electronic media to the effect that Martin Amehule and 26 others have been declared as members of the People's Democratic Party and the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Also, a professor of law, Richard Wokocha, says the ruling of the State High Court does not change anything. Professor Wokocha said this on Nigerian 4FM's Hard Facts today. He explained that the judge struck out the ruling because he felt the petitioners did not have enough interest in the matter for him to hear the case.
All the court did is, no, I won't do what you're asking me to do. You are not proper persons. I don't have the power to do it because you are not proper persons to bring such question before me. So it cannot impact or affect any other thing or any other matter. No. There were defendants who were sued by another person who was praying the court to do something for him. And the court said, I don't think you're the proper person. I lack the power to do what you're asking because I don't consider you a proper person to raise the issue. Therefore, I dismiss the matter. The court did not make any other. The court did not confirm or deny anything.
Well, Professor Wokocha said the defected lawmakers already announced their resignation before a court of competent jurisdiction.
So I think it is for me childish to consider the question whether they have resigned and whether PDP has removed their name from their register and whether APC has written their name in their own register. The gentlemen have taken their action, have followed it up with a public display at the end of that sitting and have filed suits in court stating on oath that they have. So on what ground are you raising the question whether or not they have when they have stated that on oath before courts of competent jurisdiction? So I think those questions are neither here nor there. They are for me irrelevant considerations.
In the same vein, the National PDP Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, said the party will issue an appropriate response after studying the court ruling. Mr. Ologunagba spoke to correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu.
The position is not anything different from what the Constitution says and what the Supreme Court has ruled. In Adinge and Ondo State House of Assembly, it's clear. There's several communications we have made on that. That's the position. They are telling me new developments, of course, and I study that. When we study that, then we will respond to that appropriately. If that happens, of course, we can't be commenting on. Number one, I can't comment on what I have not seen, what I have not heard. You're telling me, I believe you, so I'll try and investigate now and then get back as appropriate when we got that.
Well, earlier today, Justice Okobule Basam of the State High Court in Port Harcourt struck out a suit filed by one Hyacinth Amadi and 3 others seeking to declare the seat of Martin Amehule and 26 other lawmakers vacant for defecting to the APC in December last year. Well, Justice Basam ruled that the lawmakers are still members of the PDP, saying a defection cannot be established through newspaper publications, radio announcements, or online publications. Well, he said a defection can only be established through the party membership register, a membership card, and such members fulfilling all requirements of their membership in the party. Well, Emeka Onyeka, one of the lawyers to Martin Amehule, spoke to journalists after the court proceedings.
Well, the case was about challenging the seat of the members of the State House of Assembly, led by the Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Martins Chike Amehule. The claimant has sought the relief of the courts to declare their seats vacant. And of course, with what happened in court today, it's quite obvious they are unable to prove that indeed they have defected from PDP and has joined the APC. It's an issue of hard facts and of course the law. You don't just imagine defection and assume that it has occurred. It's something that must be predicated in law.
In another development, a group of lawmakers in the House of Representatives is seeking alterations to the 1999 Constitution to pave the way for the rotation of the presidency among the 6 geopolitical zones. Now, they also want to set a single 6-year term for the president and governors. Speaking on behalf of the group in Abuja today, Imo State federal lawmaker Ikenga Ugochinyere said it will reduce government spending, improve efficiency in governance, and ensure national stability. The lawmaker representing Delta North in the Senate, Senator Ned Nwoko, says he has presented a bill for the creation of a Nyoma state to balance Southeast representation. Senator Nwoko, in a statement in a post on his X handle today, said his proposal will address the long-standing imbalance in the geopolitical distribution of states in Nigeria. He noted that the Southeast geopolitical zone currently has 5 states, unlike its counterparts, except for the Northwest, which has 7 states. Still to come, NSCDC operatives arrest 3 oil thieves in Rivers State. Stay tuned.
Congratulations, you're in the glory of God.
We, the members of Eli Brother
News. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) says it has arrested 3 suspects at an illegal oil refinery in Rivers State. The Corps spokesperson Babawale Afolabi, in a statement, said that the illegal bunkering activities site is located at Nembe Odagwa Creek in Eche local government area of the state, where he explained that a large dugout reservoir, which could contain about 100,000 liters of illegally refined crude oil, was uncovered at the site. In another development, activities at the Nigerian Ajip Oil Company were halted today due to a protest by the Mwoshimini community. Stakeholders, youths and women groups protested against alleged marginalization and the awarding of surveillance contracts to individuals terrorizing their community. Addressing journalists during the protest, CDC chairman of Mwoshimini, Nyeche Wali, demanded the termination of the contract awarded to 30 Dedens International Limited, allegedly owned by the late gang leader Dadi Chukwu. Mr. Wali also called for Ajip to recognize Mwoshimini as a host community.
We are here to say no to Nayok. We are here to say no to Ajip. We have waked up from our slumber to put stop to what they have been doing to us. Our demand of this community is to say, Ajip, terminate all the contracts you gave to the killer groups and their sponsors. Ajip should recognize their immediate host, Mwoshimini Community Council. Deal with us directly. Then we are awarding contracts, including surveillance contracts, including cleaning works and other activities to these killer groups and their sponsors. So we are here to put stop to what Ajip is doing to our communities.
A stakeholder from the Mwoshimini community, Livingstone Weche, and the president of Mwoshimini Women, Patience Okochi, also spoke.
Our barest minimum demand is that the Mwoshimini community deserves protection. We are demanding that the Mwoshimini community should be given its rightful place in the affairs of the Nigerian Ajip Oil Company, rightfully and so entitled by the laws of this nation. Every one of us here lost our loved ones to the delight of Ajip. Our mothers have been made widows. The barest minimum is that the managing director of Ajip should come down here to Mwoshimini community today to address us and negotiate for compensation.
Employment all over, but they don't employ our women. They don't recognize our widows, our youths. They are all roaming around without job, and Ajip is here, residing here, and that is why we are here today. Ajip should come out and recognize Mwoshimini community.
Correspondent Meko Tukarat, the protesters set up canopies and cooking pots at Ajip's entrance, blocking access for workers. The protesters also carried placards with inscriptions like Ajip revisits the PIA Act implementation. We demand our rightful place and all entitlements, among others. In other news, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has disowned reports in the media alleging that it inflated subsidy claims by 3.3 trillion naira. A statement issued by Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited, Olufemi Soneye, stated that the company has always conducted its businesses with accountability and transparency.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
The United Nations Security Council will vote later today on U.S. drafted resolution backing a proposal outlined by President. Apologies for that. The United Nations Security Council will vote later today on U.S. drafted resolution proposal outlined by President Joe Biden for a ceasefire between Israel and the adoption of the draft. On the news this evening, you heard that Rivers State Attorney General and a lawyer have reacted to the court ruling affirming Martin Amehule and 26 other lawmakers as PDP members. A group in the House of Representatives is proposing a 6-year single tenure for presidents and governors. The NNPC Limited has denied inflating subsidy claims. On the foreign scene, the UN Security Council will vote today on a plan for Israel-Hamas ceasefire. The news was edited by Martha Okerinkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.